Okay, so last time we dropped off after finishing a couple of quests, and now we can get back to it and start on our building. So we have 2 buildings so far. Let's see what we can build next. So we have the house and the storage building. The farmhouse or the food storage needs the farming skill. We can beat the herbalist hut or the hunter's lodge, but those are not really necessary right now. We can build a workshop and a woodshed, I guess. Okay, so we can go with that. Okay, that's that. The next thing I believe could be the workshop. I don't wanna destroy these berry bushes, so let's put it here. 10 stone. That's what we need. Since we're here, we can gather all the stone that we can carry. Okay, let's head back. We can leave the meat here as well. So let's go get some more logs. Our hunger is getting low, but one thing to uh, pay attention to is that whenever a season ends, as you can see on the top by that green bar that's filling, everything will restart. So it doesn't really matter if we're hungry, as long as we don't die before the season ends, and then it will just fill up the next season. So any food that we consume now is basically going to waste, because it really doesn't matter what happens before the season ends. That's why I'm not eating anything now. Okay, there's another rabbit here. Let's replace that trap. Okay, so we can build one more building. I kind of want that building to be the food storage. Okay, we have 1 point in hunting as well. Let's put it here. I'm gonna go I'm gonna put 3 points in this skill then probably go to tracking. After that we'll see. Okay, so we have a little bit of time, I guess, so we can cut a few trees by the time the season ends. Or we don't. As you can see, everything is restarted. And I'm guessing we got some dynasty points. We still are at 5 building limit. So what we can do now is get the meat we had. From here, as you can see, the quality went down. Oh, I had 15 dry meats here as well. So I can pick up some of those. Let's sell those apples as well. So the dry meat I can keep for consumption. Let's cook the meat that we have, so then we can go over and sell it. We're gonna need 16 sticks, so let's just gather some sticks. And we can hunt a little bit on our way as well. So let's chop down a tree and make some spears. Some of the berry bushes get restarted for the summer as well, so we can gather those. And to be able to build the food storage, we're gonna need some farming skills, so we can start farming. Obviously, the only thing we can actually so in the summer it's gonna be cabbage, so that's what we're gonna buy. Okay, so we're already overburdened. Let's build those 2 spears. Okay. Let's actually go ahead and drop those, because we are carrying too much. Yeah, let's cook this meat and then we can go ahead and sell it.
is unbearable. What a scorcher.
Yeah, so if you noticed while we were cooking the meat, we were actually feeling hot by the... You can tell that by
What a
the
scorcher.
sign that's on the bottom left. Also the mentions from the character. So usually the heat really doesn't do much to you. It's just that I believe your thirst is gonna go down faster. You might lose stamina faster as
I
well.
should take some clothes off.
What really is gonna hurt you is when you're cold. So especially during winters, although it could happen in springs and autumns that like you experience some cold, but usually during winters, whenever you're out and if it's cold out, you would start feeling cold, and then after just a few seconds you will start taking damage from that. So that's something to be careful with. Wearing clothes will help, but clothes at the start of the game are expensive
The heat is
compared to how
unbearable.
much money you have. So a good choice is to always have torches, which can warm you up.
Oh, it's you again. Want to see my wares? And how can I help you?
Ah, a newcomer. Pleasure to meet you.
He's asking for seeds, so let's see what's the other. Although it could pay off, because that's our chapter
I just
quest
don't
as
like
well.
combat.
So
How
let's
are
take
you?
that quest. Carrot and onion seed.
I prefer the old style.
Nice to see you.
So one carrot seed, one onion seed, and then let's go ahead and get some. Let's get 10 fertilizers as well as I think we found 4 cabbage seeds, so let's take 6 cabbage seeds as well. Actually, that's not much, so let's do 20 more. of each. Okay.
New face. Take care.
Now let's go back and hand him the seeds. Okay, so we got 50 Dynasty reputation from that. 670 and we're still at limit 50. So let's do another quest here. And we got a point in diplomacy as well. Which you get experience in diplomacy by doing quests and selling things. So this is basically a waste of points because you only do romance once. This is nice, but I still think that the experience, getting more experience is better.
I'm boiling.
I hope you like it here, newcomer.
So he wants a bucket. Okay, that can be arranged. I can make the bucket now that I have the
bridges. So
boot
he
shed
always
and the
preferred to swim here across the river.
workshop. So okay, I think we have everything for farming, so we can head back. On our way, we can hunt a little bit, gather some berries, and then maybe build that
It's hot.
bucket for him.
Dane, it's hot. The heat is unbearable.
Where did get... We got some flax seeds as well, I'm not sure. We might have gotten it from the quest. Since I'm already overburdened, I'm not gonna hunt for anything or gather any more berries on my way.
I'm boiling.
There is a wood cutting station here. Let's see what that's. Okay, we got some meat, which has a good price for selling, and then some apple seeds and salted meat, which is nice. Yeah, it would have been very nice if that axe was a iron one, but we still have our bronze axe. Yeah, we're getting. Our weight is too high, so our movement is slowing down. One trick to moving when you're overburdened is that instead of going straight, if you go like this, it would increase your speed a little bit, or at least it seems like it.
What a scorcher.
I can't be 100% sure about it. There's a toppled cart over here. Looks like we've been here before. Another rabbit. For now, I'm gonna put everything in here, and when we go to sell, we'll take them from here then. So now we want to build a field for farming. This is a flat land. Ideally, I want to build 10 by 10. So let's
I should
see
take
if I
some
can
clothes off.
fit it here. So I'm guessing I'm gonna need a shovel to dig these tree trunks out. Otherwise they would block me from building a field. Okay. So this side is the road. Let's see. Okay, that's 10. That's 10 by 10. Then the next thing is to build a hoe. the start you need to grab up the field when you first build one. Every other step after this though needs to be done every time you're planting anything.
The heat is unbearable.
Okay, so storage food is unlocked. I'm just gonna finish 30 plots. And then we can work on building the storage. So here is the food storage. Gonna place it right here. Seems like a good spot. We're gonna need 14 stones.
I should take some clothes off.
If you're ever wearing clothes that have cold protection and sometimes they hurt you in terms of hot weather, it would be a good idea to take them off. But in this case, I believe if we check, all the clothes that I'm wearing actually have heat protection as well. Which means wearing them is actually a better choice compared to taking them off. Pretty soon we're gonna need to go and drink some water, because our thirst is dropping very fast because of the heat.
I should take some clothes off. I should take some clothes off. Dane, it's hot. I should take some clothes off.
So many logs and sticks go to building all these buildings. One thing I actually wish for was that gathering logs was quicker. Sticks you can gather quickly enough, but logs, especially if you don't find a good axe early on. Like, I'm doing it faster now. If I was doing it with stone axes, it would take longer and I would have to switch axes, basically build more axes way more often than I'm doing now, which is basically not since I found this one. So it's good to actually look around to be able to find an iron or a bronze axe in this case, because that would save you a lot of time gathering extra material and building axes just to be able to gather more wood. And then also gathering wood would be quicker. The reason I'm not cutting the birch trees, as you see here, is that they're only gonna give you 2 logs per tree, so you're gonna spend less time if you use the maple trees instead. I think I'm gonna need 4. So let's turn the other 4 into planks, and then we can use those planks to build buckets and bring one to the
What a
guy
scorcher.
with the quest. So we need to pay 100 to unlock that, which is fine because buckets are gonna come in handy for gathering water and then later on milk. So let's finish this.
I'm roasting out here.
That's that. Then we can 3 buckets back in here. Okay, now we get all the food that we want to sell. So we still have some room. And since we're hungry, we can eat some of those dried meats. It actually has a side effect, so it's better to use to eat them one by one, I guess. Although I'm not sure if that side effect timing is gonna stack if you eat multiple. I think it's already late, so if we head back there, we might be able to complete the quest, but we won't be able to sell our stuff. So let's put one more point into this, and then let's check. Yeah, we're at our building level, so let's continue with farming actually. We have 30 cabbage seeds, 30 fertilizers, and we're gonna need our hoe. I'm actually gonna need to build another one. Let's put those extra food in the food storage here. Oh, I'm gonna need those bags that we created. So let's assign those. And then first we need to put fertilizer in the field. So basically for farming, the first thing is to build the field, then you need to grub it up, then you need some fertilizers. You can buy the fertilizers or you can combine some animal feces in the barn to get those. And those you can again either buy or get it from pigsty or later on from like cow sheds and sheep and stuff like that when you have animals. I still like buying the buying and then creating fertilizers is a good idea. So after you put fertilizers in, you need to plow the field again, as we're doing right now. And then basically you have different options in terms of what you can sow. For orchards, you have different seeds. You can put them in any time of the year, but it will be a few years before they actually start giving you some fruit. For the fields, every time you sow in 1 or 2 seasons, I think there's like an exception that you have to wait for 3 seasons. You'll get what you sow. Depending on the season, you can choose. You have different options. For example, now we're in the summer. The only option is gonna be cabbage, and as you can see, if we sow cabbage in the summer, we can gather it in autumn. It would be different for every other season. The season with the most things you can sow is gonna be a spring. The only thing you can sow in winter is gonna be carrot seeds, and then for autumn you have rye and wheat. What I usually suggest doing is that in summers, everything you have available, just do cabbage as it's your only option. In autumn, you have both the rye and wheat option. What I usually go is I go 3/4 rye, 1/4 wheat. The reasoning behind that is that your rye is gonna actually grow sooner, and you can gather it in spring. That way you can plant oats and flax in its stead, and by summer it would be ready. So, and these four are the things you're gonna need to be able to make flour, and then flax is used for fiber, and oats, again, you can use flour from that, or you can make animal feed. And then as you get into the spring, what I usually do is that I would so in the spring, the wheat you've sown, it's not ready yet. The sorry, I was a little yeah. So in the spring, your options are a lot, and the only thing you will have available is gonna be the third field that you used for rye. So I would then split that between everything else: carrots, beetroots, onions, and poppy seeds. So now we can go ahead and select cabbage for now. Usually the fastest way to get yourself dirty is working the fields. Okay, now we have a field with 30 cabbages, which will be ready to harvest next season, autumn. And if you want to see those fields that you have, if you go to the management tab and then fields or crops, you can then see a list of your fields. And if you open it, you'll see that this is a 10 by 10 field, and we've planted 30 cabbages in here. So I think this could be a good stopping point for this video, and then next time we would go back, finish that quest, thereby if we do a flirting as well, we would finish chapter 3, and then we can continue a little bit with more quests to be able to get some more dynasty reputation, to be able to increase the number of buildings that we have. And if we do that pretty soon, we're gonna be able to get the first people in our small establishment here. Okay, so I feel like this is a good stopping point. Let's continue this playthrough in the next part. Thank you.